from the station that's on your side. News 12, first at 5, continues.
Next, live at 5, neighbors on Ellis Street are fed up with flooding.
I'm wasting money. I had to have a couple of trees cut down to keep them from falling on my house.
More on what the city plans to do in just a moment.
But first, 2 Richmond County elementary schools are at risk of closing their doors for good. That's Terrace Manor and Willis Foreman. Parents now have options on how to move forward.
Tonight, live at 5, the school board is meeting with parents to hear what they have to say.
Our Alyssa Lyons is live at 5 from the school board meeting with more on the issues leading up to the discussion merge.
Well, that meeting just got over. It lasted about 45 minutes, and a couple parents spoke up, voicing concerns over why the Board of Education wants to shut those 2 schools down. Many of the parents that spoke asked the board when enough is enough on the students' mental health, still recovering from lag in learning from COVID, and now another change that many parents weren't expecting: a new school, new teachers, new friends.
Very frustrating, very. It is. Because we know the teachers in the small school. We got 320 students. We know all of them by name, so it's kind of hard. And you got teachers that's been there for 20 and 25 years, so it's a lot to uproot your children again when they were already uprooted a couple of years ago.
One of the big talking points this evening was the bus line changes, how it's going to impact not only the parents' schedule, but also the kids, getting them back on a routine. I'll have more on that coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
And we'll look forward to that. Thanks for the update there, Alyssa. A live look over Grovetown
forecast for you in just about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Riley. A wild story here. One man has been arrested for taking a stolen cement truck through a multi-county chase, dumping cement along the way. This is video showing all lanes were closed on a stretch between Appling and Thompson westbound. The theft happening just before 9 a.m. at the gas pro on Columbia Road north of Grovetown, according to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. Now, deputies initially were involved in the chase, but it was eventually turned over to GSP as the truck headed west on I-20. Drivers had to deal with the headache of the dumped concrete on the highway.
Flooding on Ellis Street next to the Calhoun Expressway, it is a pain for neighbors. For months, they have voiced their frustration to the city that their homes are being damaged by water that has been coming off the expressway.
And as our Craig Allison reports, they are tired of the delay to get this serious problem fixed.
From Eve Street to Metcalf, Ellis Street continues to have flooding issues where it sits next to the Calhoun Expressway. Even on sunny days like this where there's been no rain, water continues to just sit here and pool.
And I felt like some should have been done earlier. I really do.
We've been following Lois Johnson's journey since last year. The latest update, the city approved nearly $60,000 to see if the water coming off the expressway is actually damaging the homes here.
The ceilings is cracking, the floors is warped, and I just refuse to do anything else to the house with the situation that's going on behind the house. I'm wasting money. I had to have a couple of trees cut down to keep them from falling on my house.
We've now uncovered documents from the city showing 14 projects from cleaning to inspections, even replacing part of the drainage system, all since April of 2021. And this was before the approved funds from back in November. While it's another bump in the road, all Lois can do is move forward.
It is frustrating now. I admit it. It really is. I mean, I can't argue with them. I just have to put up with it and just wait until we see what evaluation they come up with.
And we've reached out to risk management and the city for an update on those evaluations, which the city said would only take about 3 to 4 weeks to complete last year. But here we are entering the 3rd month of 2023, still sitting here with this water. In Augusta, Craig Allison on your side.
Advanced voting for Richmond County special elections underway now. Voting for today ended at 5 o'clock, but you have several more chances to get out and have your voice heard. This is for the special election for the Richmond County School Board District 6 seat, plus mayor and 1 city council position for the city of Blythe. There are several days for you to get out and vote. They are on your screen and, of course, will be linked on our website. If you want to vote absentee, you can submit your application to the Board of Elections. They are accepting them up until March 10th. The address for that is also on your screen. Military families, they know how difficult the moving process is when going state to state. For most, some families need to get a second income to support the family during the transition period, but that task is harder than you think.
As Abby Kasoris explains, Georgia lawmakers want to make that process easier.
There's a lot of discussion here at the state capitol about the Freedom to Work Act. When military men and women receive their orders for one of the 9 military bases in the state, they have to move quickly, leaving their spouses looking for work.
I don't know very many people that can afford to be out of work for 90, 120, 180 days.
Georgia Senator Larry Walker is looking to make it easier for military spouses to get licenses if they're traveling to Georgia from another state. Licenses are required for jobs like nursing, dentistry, and hairdressing.
Licenses, in my opinion, ought to be portable, similar to really your driver's license.
Roughly half of the 25,000 military spouses work in a profession requiring licenses. License boards approve of someone's skill requirements on a case-by-case basis. Sometimes spouses have to start from square one.
Is really slowing down our economy and hurting our citizens.
Senator John Ossoff helped pass a similar act in the U.S. Senate earlier this year. The Military Spouse Licensing Relief Act would recognize licenses for military spouses in all professions except for law.
Military spouses shouldn't have to sacrifice the ability to earn a living and access employment opportunities because their spouse and their family move under orders.
However, the new law does not preempt state law, meaning this new bill will need to pass to make a difference in our state. This bill is running out of time. Even though it does have bipartisan support, it will need to be heard, discussed, and voted on before crossover day on Monday. That's when bills head between the chambers, if they have any hope of becoming a law. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.
For Gordon families, listen up. The 2023 Masters Tournament Battery Badge Lottery is open now. Combining two words there, but it's only for active duty service members stationed on post. You can submit your request at building 28320 on Lane Avenue on post from 8 a.m. to 3:30. Selection is March 20th and the results will be posted March 21st. Once again, this selection is for Fort Gordon active duty service members only. Construction, by the way, underway at the Fort Gordon Cyber Campus. This is a look at the new building. Recently, crews have completed tearing down the third wall on the old building. We are still checking on an updated timeline for when demolition will be complete.
Also to come on News 12 Live at 5, we take a walk through time to celebrate Black history with one of our local elementary schools. Riley?
Oh, we have the chance for a few raindrops out there tonight, but staying mostly dry tomorrow and Wednesday. But got to keep an eye on the chance for some storms later into the week. I have an update on the full forecast just after the break.
The number of people killed in the KSRA in the last 10 months. Coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we hear more from how one mother is channeling that pain into purpose.
Deputies with a history of violence still out on the streets.
Hey, why you punching him, man?
Instead of de-escalating, even the sheriff's office says they took it too far. The I-Team investigates tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Time and we need in order to see those severe storms. So that's going to be on Friday. Before we get there, we are going to hang on to some pretty warm weather this week. Highs will stay in the 80s the next several afternoons. Behind that rough weather Friday, we're back to more seasonal outlook Saturday and Sunday.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. One elementary school is taking a walk back in time, revisiting defining moments in Black history. Johnston Elementary had their students create artwork, essays, and presentations for their Black History Month gallery walk.
Some even dressed up as key figures from historical movements. Our Will Volt transported through time to see what all of the students did.
When parents come in the building, they don't want to see us. You know, they want to see the kids. They want to see what the kids have been doing.
Johnston Elementary School invited parents to fill the halls and see what their kids have been learning.
They've been working on this probably the whole month, and they get choice. They get voice and choice in what they would like to research and who they would like to research and the things that they would like to find out about their person.
Principal Tammy Martin says they gave each grade a decade. Then every student picked an important person in Black history from that decade.
It's all about the kids and their leadership and their learning and how they like to display their learning.
It's up to the students to decide how to display it. Slideshows, essays, artwork. Many students hung their work in the halls. Others brought their work to life.
My name is Rosa Parks. I was a very brave lady.
It's good for them to build their self-confidence, to be able to stand in front of people and tell them about their learning.
Jim Johnston will vote on your side.
Now, Martin says they like to invite parents to walk the halls and see what their kids have been learning a few times a year. So I bet parents were pretty impressed to see this.
It's pretty awesome, too, giving the students a chance to actually research something that they're interested in and giving them a choice. That's what it's all about there.
History comes to life. Bel Air is back for season 2, and the Hawks have a new head coach. Stick around for your entertainment news.
Plus, a pro boxer born right here in Augusta is getting back in the ring after a brief stint in retirement. Find out what's motivating him to make a comeback next in sports.
Your safety comes first with the First Alert Radar Network. First just got faster.
Breaking news, we now know the name of the suspect accused of taking a cement truck on a multi-county police chase. They say it is 41-year-old Eric Bodie.
And this is video showing all lanes were closed on a stretch between Appling and Thompson westbound. The theft happening just before 9 a.m. at the Gas Pro on Columbia Road north of Grovetown, according to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. Deputies initially were involved in the chase, but it was eventually turned over to GSP as the truck headed west on I-20.
Bel Air is back for season 2, the streaming drama based on the TV sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Season 2 is set to explore the power of second chances while fighting emotions and conflicts in South LA.
The Atlanta Hawks have a new head coach, Quinn Snyder. Snyder was head coach with the Utah Jazz for 8 seasons. The Jazz made 6 trips to the postseason while he was there. From 2016 through 2022, Utah had a 294-178 record. That was the 3rd highest winning percentage in the NBA and the best in the Western Conference over that span. This isn't Snyder's first stop in Atlanta. He was an assistant coach with the Hawks about 10 years ago.
There's a lot of Hawks fans who are looking forward to that. And good evening, everyone. Athletes and people in general learn a lot about themselves by discovering or rediscovering what motivates us to be our best on a daily basis. Justin DeLoach-Dock started boxing when he was 8 years old, and he turned his lifelong passion of standing toe-to-toe with every obstacle in front of him into a career by going pro when he was 18. The Butler High School alum has made Augusta proud by having a career record of 19-5 with 10 knockouts. After a brief stint in retirement, the idea of his kids finally being old enough to watch him box is giving the Augusta native a newfound sense of motivation to get back into the ring.
I'm working out in front of my kids, mental toughness, all that, you know what I mean? Learn how to be disciplined, controlling your emotions. So much character built in that ring. And I want to pass it to my sons. And by them seeing their daddy go through the hardships and going through everything, it just translates to them.
Justin DeLoach-Dock will be making his return to professional boxing on March 4th when he takes on Trayvon Marshall in Ontario, California. The fight will be on Showtime, and my full story with the Butler High School alum will be all new on News 12 at 11 o'clock.
All right, thanks for that, Dan. Looking forward to seeing that story later tonight. For tomorrow, we're back to sunshine, warm temps, a little bit breezy at times for Tuesday. Have another full look at that 7-day forecast just after the break.
We'll save you time and money here at Waynesboro Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Dodge Challenger SXTs just $29.7 during the President's Day sales event.
Best selection, lowest prices, and friendly service.
It's all at goodtogowaynesboro.com.
We were having a...
To stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com to schedule your free in-home consultation.
New Jeep Gladiators, discounted over $6,200 now in Waynesboro.
Take the short drive down 25 to save more.
1.9% financing during the President's Day sales event.
Tomorrow night is your last chance to see the Augusta Junior players before they take Sister Act Junior on the road. That's when they won first place at the Georgia Theater Conference back in October. I think we had video of that. Anyway, they were running up to the stage, very excited to collect their trophy to advance to the regionals in Kentucky.
And tomorrow night, you can catch their send-off show at the Kroc Center in downtown Augusta. Friday, they'll compete against 9 other states in the community theater division, meaning they're competing against adults. It starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are just $10 and all proceeds go to help pay for their trip to Lexington, Kentucky.
And best of luck to them on their travels up north here for the rest of the week. We do have the chance for